still here. Haven't you been helped yet?
They didn't have my form. You dropped it earlier. That little girl with the gunshot wound, will she make it?
It's been touch and go. We done all we can for her. We just have to wait and see if her vital signs stabilize. What seems to be the problem?
Rather trivial compared to that. My foot's swollen. I was stung on the toe by a bee. Is it always like this around here?
Those gunshot victims? One of those kids was in here a few months ago. We patch them up and they go out and blow each other away again. It's the bystanders that break your heart, though. Like that little girl. I must treat a dozen cases like that every month. It's relentless. I feel like that little Dutch boy trying to plug holes with my fingers while the whole dam collapses around me.
I met a Dutch boy like you once. German, actually. It was in Africa during the First World War. Through a stroke of good luck, I was made a captain in the Belgian army. Then, through a stroke of bad luck, I was sent on an impossible mission across the heart of Africa.
Colonel, our situation is desperate. We must get those guns to East Africa, and we need extra men to do it. I must insist.
You are in no position to insist. Need I remind you this is French territory, not Belgian?
Sir, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand. Half this garrison is down with malaria. The hospital cannot accommodate them all. I can have your weapons loaded onto your boat, but I can't assign you any men for the journey. I'm sorry. Is there anything else?
I have these letters. One to Belgium, one to Arabia. Did you see they're posted?
Of course.
Damn the French! Don't they know we are fighting on the same side?
We'll make do without them.
What are you talking about? You're not seriously thinking of going back up that river?
We have our orders. Zimu, agalima matachi itu.
Mon Dieu, you're insane! We're down to 12 men. Most of us can barely stand. We'll never make it.
Our troops need those guns. Colonel Matthew put his faith in me. So did Major Boucher. I'm not going to let them down.
Then go! Throw your life away on a fool's errand? I'm staying right here.
Remy, you and I are friends. But don't forget that I'm your superior. If you refuse to go, I might be obliged to consider that an act of desertion.
I've gone through hell and mutiny at your side. And now, you're going to pull rank on me?
No. No, I won't pull rank on you. But I'm going, with or without you.
With me.
In that case, see that the French begin loading our boat in preparation for departure. That's an order, Lieutenant!
Yes, Captain, sir! Right away!
What was that? Belgian salute.
Listen to me, Sonny. If you think you're gonna rig my boat with them fireworks, you're as crazy as a rat in a tin can.
Attend to your duties, Mr. Slode. I'll tend to mine.
Cast off, you heathens! Cast off, more of that! Cast off!
Furnace needs stoking, Sonny. Hop to it, lad.
Juba, come help me. Furnace needs stoking. Juba?
He's dead. jiggers. I can feel them moving around under my skin. Big rat bastards.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't want my feet accused of desertion, Captain.
Ich sehe niemanden, der sich bewegt. Ich glaube, sie sind alle tot.
Oh my God, Germans!
So, verbrennt die Toten hinterm Dorf! Vorsicht mit dem Leben! Gleich ins Spital! Platz vor dem Spital! Und schnell ein Bett!
Don't try to talk. Slowly, slowly. Now take this. If I wanted you dead, I would have left you on the boat. Go on, take it.
You're German.
You're perceptive.
Then I'm your prisoner.
Sorry. I can't accept your surrender. We simply haven't the facilities. My apologies to the Belgian army. Now, if you're done asking stupid questions, go back to sleep, huh? What are you doing?
Back away, Fritz. I'm taking this boat and leaving.
In the first place, my name isn't Fritz, it's Albert. And in the second place,
You're not going anywhere. I won't allow it.
If you interfere, I'll be forced to shoot you.
Don't bother with me. Just shoot yourself. You might as well. In your condition, you never survive your trip. It's your health that concerns me.
I have my orders.
Young man, you wouldn't be doing yourself or your orders much good by winding up dead. I look at you, you can barely hold that weapon. Now come back to the ward. You need to recuperate.
I'll recuperate right here, thanks.
On the boat? Mein Gott, was wären Idiot, so ein Holzkopf.
And I'm warning you. If any German troops show up, I'll set off these charges and blow this boat to Kingdom Come.
Well, I hope they don't show up too late. The explosion would wake up my wife. And kindly blow yourself up away from my dock. I need it in one piece.
Guten Abend. I'm Mrs. Schweitzer. You can call me Helene. Albert told me you were down here. I brought you some tea. Now make sure you drink this.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're quite welcome. You know, you shouldn't worry so much about your silly guns. They've been here 5 days, and nobody's bothered them.
5 days?
Yeah.
I've been here 5 days?
Yeah, 5 days you had fever. We are so glad you're feeling better.
Good morning, brave young captain. How are we feeling today? You should really stop waving that thing around. Somebody could get hurt.
Why didn't you say something when you boarded the boat?
You seemed in no mood to listen. Besides, I had more immediate concerns, like not being blown into small bloody fragments of my former self. I do apologize for punching your face so profoundly. I'm dazed with regret.
It's all right, forget it.
I'm greatly relieved. You are to take this upon awakening. Doctor's orders.
Where are they all coming from?
From near and far, from all around. Some travel many days to see Uganda.
What's Uganda?
Uganda is not a what. Uganda is a who. A doctor, of course. Come, young captain. Come and see.
Better, Captain. Better.
Captain Dynamite. Scourge of the Kaiser. I see you are still in one piece, how fortunate.
My men?
5 survived, including you. So.
What about Remy, the other European officer?
He was asking for you. Come on, take it to him. You can get it out.
Go pull through?
A miracle, considering the man has got the constitution of an ox.
What about his feet?
Jiggers burrowed into the soles to lay their eggs. Don't worry, he'll walk again. I got the egg sacs out and I stopped the infection. He lost only 2 toes. Lucky, really.
Morning, Mr. Slode. Glad to see you're still alive.
Oh, I'm not meant for cross food. I make those lovelies choke.
Remy, you've got a visitor. If you'll excuse me, my patients are waiting.
Figures I'd find you in bed. What's this slacking off?
Doctor tell you I lost 2 toes? That leaves 8. More than enough to kick your butt up around your ears.
You're looking better. He says you'll be up and around in no time.
Just don't ask me to dance.
I wouldn't think of it. God knows how many toes I'd lose. I'm sorry, Remy. I was wrong.
C'est la vie. He's a good fellow, that Schweitzer. We owe him our lives, I think.
Bravo. You play incredibly.
I usually play organ. Bach's music is transcendent. It even survives my attempts.
My Albert is too modest. Back in Europe, he was a renowned recitalist.
Helene, bitte.
And lecturer. He holds degrees in philosophy, theology, and medicine. He's written books on all those subjects.
Helene, you're boring this young man to tears. Me as well.
He hates to brag. And so I must do it for him.
J.S. Bach. Bach, musician and poet. Paul and his interpreters. I hope you don't mind me asking, but what's a man like you doing out here in the backside of creation?
Running a hospital.
Yes, I can see that. But why?
Because it's needed.
But it's so hopeless. You just left Europe and came out here? A man of your talents?
Must apply them in the service of humanity. God gives us talents for that very purpose. Not to use them is the gravest sin of all.
Moses must have left that one out.
You have a quick mind, impertinent but quick.
But what can you possibly hope to accomplish? This whole continent is festering with disease. What you're doing, it's like trying to hold back a tidal wave.
Well, I see it more as gathering pebbles on a beach. I couldn't gather them all, of course, but I certainly can gather a handful each day. And each pebble I save has value and worth. I saved you, nicht wahr? Do you play?
I had lessons. I wasn't very good.
Being good isn't necessarily the point. Doing the best with what you have is.
And now, meine Damen und Herren, we present the finest duet recital in the whole province of Gabon.
It's the only duet recital in the province of Gabon.
Exactly.
What is he saying?
These men are from the Pahuin tribe, upriver. They have been rowing all night, sent by their chief to fetch Oganga. They beg Oganga to come with all haste. The chief's son is dying. They beseech Oganga to come. They will take you upriver.
But how? They are in no condition. These men are exhausted.
Just so happens that I have a boat for hire.
Reasonable rates?
Wood for the furnace. Doesn't get much cheaper.
Done.
Jamala!
Civilization is collapsing all around us.
Because of the war?
No. The war is not the cause, merely a symptom. Would it ever occur to you to enter a stranger's home and slaughter all who live there and seize the house as your own?
Of course not.
Why?
It would be wrong.
Your heart tells you this. But yet when governments decide to invade the stranger's home and commit murder, millions of men as moral and ethical as you flock to the task, even at the cost of their own lives. Why?
It's not the same thing.
It's something you've been taught to believe. Society doesn't want thinking men who arrive at their own convictions. It wants servants who do as they are told. People prefer society to do their thinking for them. It's easier. It takes away the need to make moral choices. It leaves nothing but the simple obligation to obey. Just imagine this world if no person could rely on a country to justify his actions. Just imagine if every man had to give a personal account for all he did. The hope for a human future lies not in nations, or governments, or religions. Not even in the stars themselves. It lies only in the human heart.
Bino Banso na Zali.
Did we get here in time?
I think so. Thanks to you.
What's Oganga mean?
Medicine man. healer. Actually, the closest translation would be giver and taker of life.
Giver and taker?
Now, these tribes have no understanding of anesthesia, so when I put the patient under, they think I've taken his life away. And when he comes out of it after surgery, they think I've restored life to him.
What's he saying?
My pain is gone. My pain is gone. He says, thank you, Oganga. Thank you for taking away my pain.
Now you must tell him something for me. You've learned what it truly means to suffer and have that suffering eased. As one who has suffered, you must consider it your sacred duty in this life to ease the suffering of others, if you can, and never to cause it. Can you look into this man's face and still ask me why I came to Africa?
The chief inquires of the war in Europe. He asks if many men have been killed.
Baleki misatu?
More than 3?
Yes, more than 3.
Baleki misatu.
Bakoki kozala lokola zomi?
As many as 10?
Yes, as many as 10.
Ya solo baleki zomi.
Utamutu atuni ndengenini. Pitumba oyo ikomi makashi boye. Mpo na nini bakokanzi ya kukoka. Nabino bakokaketi kosongane liboso. Ikoyo ndengekani bakokokoka bakwite bawiji.
He says, such a costly war. Why don't your chiefs meet for a palaver? How can your tribes afford to pay for so many dead men?
What does he mean, pay?
Here, when 2 tribes go to war, it is a rule that each side pays the other compensation for the men that are killed.
Compensation?
Chickens, goats, pigs.
They place a currency value on human life? That's barbaric.
At least they place some value on it, which is more than I can say for my fellow Europeans. If you wish to compare barbarities. My father writes often of the war. Most recently, he tells of a French effort to capture a German position in the Lingenkopf, which is a mountain nearby. French sent wave after wave of men up the slopes. The slaughter went on for hours. By the time the French generals called off the offensive, they had lost 30,000 men. So these people can't comprehend 10 men killed. So how do I explain 30,000 French boys lying in heaps on the slopes of the Lingenkopf? The result of a morning's battle? Or the 7 or 8 million killed in the war so far?
Kobuma, batodix bandele, balingi bongomingi.
What did he say?
He says the Europeans must be very rich to kill 10 men in a battle.
It was on this very river, on a trip such as this, that my thoughts drifted into a contemplation so deep that I sank into my own heart and mind. And in that harmony of thought, there leapt unbidden to my mind a phrase. Reverence for life. Everything I am or I ever shall be stems from it and leads back to it.
But what does it mean?
You value your life? You want to continue to live?
Of course.
That's the most fundamental trait of awareness one you share in common with all living creatures, the desire for further life. The thinking man looks into his heart and he recognizes this truth. I'm life which wills to live, in the midst of life which wills to live. Look around you, soldier. Life is everywhere. It creeps, it flies, it writes symphonies, it builds cathedrals, but most of all, it wills to live and go on living. The thinking man gives every life the same reverence that he gives his own.
But sometimes taking life is inevitable. To eat, I have to hunt. To survive a leopard's attack, I have to shoot it.
If you want guidelines, you've come to the wrong place. Reverence is a state of mind, not a set of rules. All it requires is everything be done in deep awareness. Good is whatever promotes life. Evil is whatever destroys it. From there, you make your own decisions.
What's that? Looks like a French patrol boat.
What's this all about? Who's in charge here?
Captain Emile Rostand, French Army. Is Albert Schweitzer on board?
I'm Albert Schweitzer.
Dr. Schweitzer, you will please step off the boat and remand yourself into my custody.
What? What have I done?
Do as I say.
That feel! Lousy, dick-infected, hand-backed, weasel-faced, disease-bearing. Indy, thank God. Help me reason with these idiots.
Elena, what's going on here?
It seems we are no longer welcome in French territory.
Explain yourself, Captain.
All German nationals currently in French territory are to be deported back to Europe by order of Senator Clemenceau.
We have been here 4 years, even since before the war began. We never caused the French any trouble.
That is not my concern. I am to escort you to the French garrison at Port-Gentil.
As a prisoner of war?
Call it what you like. Get them to the boat.
Fletcher and French dog, you'll have to go through me first.
Lieutenant.
I'll bound each man into a butter of grease.
Lieutenant, stand down. Captain, this man is doing nothing here but treating the sick.
He's German. Our orders are very specific. You may take the matter up with my superiors if you wish.
Well, your superiors aren't here at the moment, are they? If they were, I'm sure they'd see reason.
Step aside.
Look, I have a far more important task for you and your men. You see that boat over there? It contains a shipment of weapons bound for Lake Tanganyika. I want you to forget this nonsense and provide me an escort east.
Are you insane? That would take months.
It's crucial these guns get through. They're desperately needed in the offensive on Tabora.
Tabora has already fallen. As of 3 days ago, it appears your weapons weren't as crucial as you thought. Now stand aside and stop protecting this German, for I'm tempted to wonder where your allegiance lies. Why are you giving me so much trouble? You, of all people, should understand. I have orders. I'm a soldier, like you.
You're a petty bureaucrat with a gun.
Sergeant! Restrain these men at gunpoint. If they give us any more trouble, shoot them for treason.
Get the doctor and his wife onto the boat immediately.
No!
What about them, Rustin? Who? The people back there. The patients, the sick, the suffering. What's gonna happen to them?
They will go back to dying.
Christoph!
Clemenceau feels that security has been too lax in our territory. I can't say I disagree.
But Schweitzer has done nothing wrong. He treats the sick.
If not for him, we'd both be dead. Something must be done. An appeal must be made.
But there is nothing to appeal. The decision is firm. He's German and he has to go. That's all there is to it.
Why won't you listen? Why won't you understand? Those people were left to die up there. We're talking about human lives. Why isn't that worth something? Why is this, all this paper, worth so much more than that? Damn it! Bureaucrats will be the death of us all.
One last thing. As concerns your shipment of weapons, your government has decided those guns are more urgently needed in France. You and your lieutenant are to escort them back to Europe by first available steamer.
The expedition. All those lives for nothing.
That's not for me or you to say, Captain. Orders are orders.
Doctor.
Keep moving.
Corporal. It's not necessary.
I don't have to take orders from a Belgian.
Do you enjoy chewing your food?
We wanted to say goodbye.
It was a pleasure meeting you both.
Eleni, why don't you go on? I'll be right there.
I'll help you with the bag. Help a lady with her bags, you swine. Didn't your mother raise you properly? Et la galanterie française, en avant!
I tried talking to them. They won't listen.
So it goes. And you? You are well?
Until I met you, I thought I was becoming a person I could respect. Now I'm not so sure. I feel sick in my soul.
That's a disease even I can't treat. I'm afraid it's up to you to heal yourself.
I don't know where to start.
You already have.
So,
I'll always think of you about that floating arsenal, ripe with the promise of death. And yet we subverted that promise, didn't we? We used it to save a life, nicht wahr?
Das ist vielleicht das Beste.
A little subversion is good for the soul.
I'll be in the bar.
Sometimes our light goes out, but is blown again into flame by an encounter with another human being. Each of us owes the deepest thanks to those who have rekindled this inner light. Albert Schweitzer said that. As I stood on the dock, watching Schweitzer and his wife be taken back to Europe as prisoners of war, I reflected on the very deep truth of what Remy had said. He'd been right all along. It was a fool's errand. The hospital was reclaimed by the jungle. It vanished entirely as if it had never existed. But after the war, Schweitzer came back to Africa and started again. He built another hospital, bigger and better than the last. He never stopped gathering those pebbles.
Oh, that little girl you operated on, her parents just arrived. Looks like she's gonna make it.
If you'll excuse me, I gotta get back to work.
Of course.
It was a great pleasure meeting you, Mr. Jones. Great pleasure.
Watch for all new episodes of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles coming later this year on ABC. Tomorrow on Good Morning America, Living with AIDS, an interview with tennis legend Arthur Ashe. Also learning the game of office politics. Plus Downtown Julie Brown and Alan Alda. Tomorrow on Good Morning America. Now stay tuned for Homefront. Next on ABC.